What's up, everybody? This is RDP, and it is Sunday actually night, 6 p.m. On the West Coast, and I was just looking at some of the major indices to get an idea of where it is that we might find ourselves in the week to come. And I wanted to give you a look at least a couple of tickers, SPY being the first one. You can see that we are in this major movement. We've been just absolutely pushing up since we troughed out in this kind of V-style trough here. This was March, then April. This is like this big V bottom, and then we've just been in a relentless push up all the way up into the 750s as we really have had zero breathers. I wanted to show you just with a couple of fibs that I had drawn. This is a very local swing high. This is the swing low here before we had a proper roll off. And you can see as we make our way up, there's a big gap up and you get a breather at this 1618, and then it's just tractoring up to the 2618. You see the rejection here, the breather come up. You get the confirmation off 2618, and then it's another tractor all the way to the 3618. We're currently inside this breather, which tells me that we potentially, if we're going to be doing this 1, 2, 3 times, wouldn't shock me to make our way up to this 4236 after this breather with a couple of days pushing into this. It didn't help today that Trump tweeted a picture of like what looked like a nuclear explosion over Iran. It was like, generated on AI. But right now I'm currently looking at the market, and the market is at 427 down. So it's sitting at 734.90. So this is actually an incorrect number. We're actually down here at like the 734s. So here's what I would expect. I'd expect us to hold here at 732 for the sake of making this notable double bottom. If we don't hold here, this gap is one that's got my attention, and it would make sense, at least for the short term, that we would get a little bit of a breather, a cool down. So come here, double bottom, make our way back up, or come here, fumble on this line, and then make our way to close this gap right here. These seem like two probable areas where we would catch a bid. That may line us up here with the 50 on the RSI on the daily. And then we'd see if we would, print sideways for a season, or if it would just be another tractor right back to the 3618. So I'm not coming out the gate with calls on Monday. I think it's going to be important to see kind of what politically happens. We're seating a new Fed chair, which historically I read that that consistently has had a market pullback until that Fed chair gives you a reason to take risk on, take risk off. So that's my local assessment here. I'll give you a little bit more in the next video to come, but mark these levels out on your chart, and I think they should guide you pretty well.